unlucky or just well-deserved by Willem II?
The last one, well-deserved by Willem II.
Hi guys, weTalk Ajax here. Ajax just played a game against Willem II Friday evening in anticipation of the Champions League game on Tuesday against Valencia. We lost the game, very surprisingly. Here to discuss with me this game is Mr. T.
Thanks for having me on the show again.
Thanks for wanting to discuss this game.
Well, to be honest, I don't want to, but I have to as a panel member.
Yes. Friday game. Against Willem II. Willem II is doing really good in the Dutch league so far, 4th in the league.
Yeah.
But I think nobody really thought it would be a difficult night for Ajax. But it became actually a frustrating night for Ajax and for us all. How did you see the game?
Actually, I agree with what you said before. I thought it would be an easy game for Ajax. Of course, Willem II is in 4th position, but still, Ajax has way more quality in the squad than Willem II does, and it should be an easy match. But to be honest, you said it was Ajax against Willem II. Willem II was the team that played better, when you ask me, compared to Ajax. They were more aggressive. They, especially at the midfield, Ajax lost so many balls. It was just a poor performance of Ajax.
So how is this possible? What do you think the reason is for this? That we lost the second balls on the midfield, that we weren't sharp as Willem II was. Do you think we were already... Yeah. Maybe we underestimated the team? Maybe we thought we were thinking already about the Champions League game? Or is this too easy?
Probably a combination of both. But still, Ajax should win all his matches at home. And it's no excuse that you have to play a Champions League match. Or
is it realistic? Is it something that we can ask from a team to win every single home game?
Yeah.
Why?
Again, well, when you draw against PSV or maybe Feyenoord, it's fine by me. But against a team like Willem II, you should win.
And this is by judging the quality players that we have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not just the first 11 players, also the players that are on the bench. Mm-hmm. Looking at the budget of both teams, this shouldn't be a problem for Ajax. So. Okay. It was just a poor performance, and some of the players reached their normal level, but most of them were, in my opinion, very poor today.
So when you talk about poor performance, despite the poor performance, we did have some chances. Not a lot, not a loads of chances, which we typically have in the home games, but just at the end of the game.
Yeah, Martinez, at the end of the game.
Martinez had a header. Van de Beek had a crossbar shot. But even before also, I thought we were pushing a lot, but we didn't create a lot of real clear-cut chances.
That was the whole problem today. Ajax wasn't playing that bad in the beginning of the game, but they didn't create a single chance. In the first half, there were some shots from distance, but there were no 100% chances. And the second half, you're right. At the end of the game, there were several chances, but it was way too late. And to be honest, Ajax was a bit unlucky with the header of Martinez, which was badly timed, by the way. Mm-hmm. And the shot of Donny van de Beek, that was just unlucky. Mm-hmm. I mean, he hit the bar. Yeah, it was a good shot, but it was way too late. And to be honest, I also didn't like the substitute Ten Hag did bring today. I didn't like the starting lineup. For me, it's fine to start with Huntelaar, but then you shouldn't put Tadic on the right side of the field and Lang on the left side.
Why?
Because Tadic always likes to go inside because he prefers his left leg. Mm-hmm. So
and Noah Lang basically the same.
Yeah, basically the same, only the other way around. Yeah, and with Huntelaar, you don't have the most fabulous player, but he is a target man. So give him balls through the air so he can use his head, mm-hmm. And then you need players on the right side of the pitch and not the other way around.
I do agree with you, and this happened at the end of the game. And you saw more chances coming.
Yeah, and Noah Lang was already substituted, but still Tadic was on the other side of the field.
And Ziyech was on the other side.
Ziyech was on the right side, and they created several chances. And actually, Huntelaar was involved with some of the chances as well. So,
I want to talk about the first goal that we conceded.
Yeah,
there was a situation in which we got a corner kick.
Yeah,
and from the corner kick. We got a counterattack, and the counterattack led to a penalty. But there were a couple of things that happened in between. Can you take us there? Can you share your view on this?
It started with the handball by the Willem II player. It's hard to say. It probably wasn't a penalty because he did it by accident. But then the counterattack of Willem II was actually well executed. But in my opinion, one of the Ajax players should have made a foul at the midfield. Perhaps you get a yellow card, fine by me, but there's no chance for Willem II of scoring a goal. And I totally don't understand what Dest was thinking, because from his position it was impossible to even touch the ball.
Yes, so the tackle was not really a smart thing to do.
And maybe it would have been a goal either way when he didn't make the foul, but still, in my opinion, that was a silly action of Dest.
Yes, and we're lucky, to be honest. I mean, we have this new rule when you cause a penalty like that. It's no longer a red card. Thank God. But if it was last year or the year before that, maybe
in the old situation, it would have been a penalty kick and a red card.
Correct. All right. Then second half, I see Ajax starting really on the front foot. So they're trying to make that goal, that equalizer. Then 10 minutes in, I think 10 minutes, 15 minutes in,
10 to
first substitution.
Minutes.
Do you understand the substitution? Not do you agree? I'm not asking you if you agree, but do you understand what Den Haag was doing?
No. For me, it doesn't make sense to bring siemdejong. I mean, it's fine when you're 3 goals ahead to bring him, to give him a couple of minutes. But so far this season, he didn't perform well, in my opinion. And he's not the player. He's not the player that can change the match, in my opinion. So
let me be a little bit defensive on this one. 2 things. First of all, siemdejong is an aerial threat in the box. Ajax can overload from the sides, and when they bringing the ball in the 16, then you have Huntelaar and siemdejong, and both are good they can head the ball really good. I think that's one of the reasons that Den Haag went for it. I'm not saying whether you agree or not.
No, let me ask
just one thing. And the second thing is siemdejong is one of the few, except for Traoré, but the bench today was only having 2 attacking players. So it's either siemdejong or Traoré. And Traoré, let's be honest, very promising player. But can we ask from a youngster to be in that situation already?
If I were the coach, I would have brought Traoré instead of siemdejong.
Okay.
And to come back to your remark before, how many headers of siemdejong did you see?
Not many.
I guess it was zero headers.
But is it his fault, or is it that we didn't really deliver the balls quickly and accurately?
No, it's not only his fault. I agree, and of course he has the experience. I mean, he played many years on a high level, but when I saw some of his actions, he's in my opinion too slow. He's getting perhaps even too old to keep up with the pace of Ajax. So I would have preferred to see Traoré. And maybe, of course, you cannot ask a young player to change the game. But I saw some moments of him at the second team of Ajax in the Keukenkampioen-divisie.
The lower league.
Yeah, the lower league. And he's a very promising player. So give him at least an opportunity.
Even in these situations?
Even in this situation, yeah.
Okay.
When I dig a little bit in my memory, often young players perform pretty well in situations like this.
Okay.
Young players have great debuts at the first team of Ajax, so it wasn't his debut, of course, but give him a chance. And
from a coach perspective, Den Haag as well, I mean, he has been proving himself always to go for more experienced players or players that have proven themselves already. I mean, if you look at history, you look at from the start, from coaching Ajax until now. I'm not saying he doesn't give chances to the youngsters, but he likes to play with the same players a lot. So, one example is Mazraoui, for instance. Mazraoui last year was a really good, promising player. He proved himself worthy. This year he hasn't been playing very well, but Ten Hag has a lot of confidence in him, and he shows confidence in him, keeping him in the squad and letting him play and letting him sometimes even play instead of Dest.
Today he didn't play.
No, but he came in. Yeah, he came in. And the thing is, even though Mazraoui has, if I recall, Mazraoui has never played a good match in the midfield, he still gives Mazraoui chances to play on the midfield.
Yeah, I agree with you. Ten Hag likes to stick to a solid team, the same players. And at this moment, that's difficult because of all the injuries. But yeah, still, I wouldn't choose siemdejong. And I just don't understand why he did this.
All right. What are the lessons that we can take from this match?
Well, maybe it's a good thing we lost because Ajax realizes again that they cannot perform at 80 or 90%. If they don't give 100%, they even lose against a squad like Willem II. Coming week, we have an important match, of course, against Valencia. And maybe this triggers the players to be fully focused. On the other hand, for Champions League matches, you're always fully focused. At least I hope so.
Also, maybe it will trigger Ten Hag to reconsider his substitutions during the game.
Might be, but I'm afraid he's not going to change that. Like you say, he liked to stick to certain patterns, and I don't think he's going to change that because of one lost match.
Okay.
I hope, though, next week we also have an important match against the number 2, AZ. And perhaps this also put a little bit more pressure on the Ajax squad, and it might be an advantage. But still, I'm pissed off that we did lose today. Yeah,
I'm very disappointed as well. Finally, unlucky or just well-deserved by Willem II?
The last one, well-deserved by Willem II. Despite of how Ajax played, Willem II did play actually very well. They defended, concentrated, and they just played a great match.
I was very surprised how organized they were.
Yeah. And they were not panicking. Even Ajax was pressing a little bit. They stayed calm in the defense, and of course they were a little bit lucky with some of the shots that were blocked, the ball on the bar and stuff like that. But still, they were defending in a organized manner. And their counterattacks were actually pretty dangerous.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Till next time.
Yeah.
And guys, thank you for watching. As I recall, Ajax has not lost a game at home since 2017 in November. 36 games, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
that was said.
About that. Yeah.
But after a while, everything comes to an end. So our first loss of the season, too bad. But we move on from here, and we'll see you next time.